So let's start with the tutorial. So here we have taken image of Ranveer Singh, who has a pretty much symmetric face, and we will use this image as reference today. So let's start with the process. So first we will draw a circle over here. I think we should change the brush. Let's take another one. uh, yes, I think this will do. So let's make a circle again. Now let's make the outline of the face. So we will just make as it is in the image, like we will just try to keep it simple and make just the shape which is from the outside, and try to keep it simple, and we don't have to worry about it much, like it's a rough one, so we don't have to take much stress about it. Now we'll make a center line in the circle which will be his eyebrow line, and then another one down the circle which will indicate his tip of the nose. And for his nose we will just make a small line over here, and this will be his frontal part of the nose. So we'll just make another line down here, and then we'll make a small circle down here. So this will be his front part of the nose. For the side part we are just going to take a simple line which indicates the side parts, that will be a little darker than the front one, and down here we'll make just a little shape of the nose which is forming over there, as he has a little nose, so it is really important to keep that way. And now for the eyebrow part we will use the center line of the circle which we had drawn before, and we will just try to give the same shape as it is in the reference images for the eyebrows, just keeping it simple. So now it's done. Now we will see the eye. We will just make a rounds for the socket of the eye where the eye gets fit. So once this is done, now we will just make an upper line of the eye, and then the lower line, and then we will just do the other two sides as it is in the image, keeping it really simple. And the line which is created just above the eye. So once this is done, now we will move on to the lip part. So we will leave the pupil part for later because we are going to show them straight. In this reference they are looking aside. So let's start with the middle line, keeping it simple again, and then the upper part of the lip, just a little shape of it, and then because he had that mustache we'll just give that shape of the mustache to it, so it will help for the border much more in a better way for us. Now we will just give the shape of the beard to it. So again, just it is at in the reference, we will try to match it. Now let's make the ears. So for the ears we will just make a small ear because in the reference it is quite small, we can barely see his ears, they are just very little, so we'll make that like that. So yeah, done. So now you can see that the edges which are here, they are quite sharp, so we will just try to make it a little round and little smooth, so that it won't be that much sharp.
Three, two, one.
So the beard part here has just become a little dark, so we will just erase it and try to make it light and quite clear.
Uh-huh.
So this is done. I will just make a single stroke and try to make it better. And here is the forehead line, which is quite horizontal, not that much circular. So we will make that, and now we will start making his hair. So the hair are quite messy, so we will just try to take that shape which has been happening. So we will keep it this much because it's symmetric, and now we will move on to the neck part. So we will just simply make this sweatshirt, the neck area and the long part. So just to clear again, we are using symmetric option which is in Procreate, which helps us to get a symmetric face. In case if you are using Photoshop or Illustrator, you can just make the half drawing and then you can select that and use reflect or flip horizontally in Photoshop to create the other half, and in that way you can do there as well. So now you can see his hair, they are not symmetric. So now what we will just do, we will just off this option of symmetric, we will go in the layer and just remove the assisted part, and now it will no longer be symmetric. So whatever we draw here, it won't be good there. See here, he has a little messy hairstyle, so we can just make same way over here. We will just try to make that shape of the hair as it is. We'll just make it more messier. Now this is done. Now we will just again start the assisted part, which will be symmetric and it will make the copy. And now we will make his pupil. So it's done.
Three, two, one.
So now here you can see that the eyes are just, they have just become a little slanted. So we will do something about it, as it is not looking that natural.
Uh-huh.
We will just use freeform over here. Before that we will off the assist, and now we are using freeform to select the eye part, and then we will just adjust it by rotating. So now we are selecting it, and then we will just rotate it a little bit, make it a little big, and yes, that's done. So here we have done with the sketching part. Now let's give it an outline with an ink brush. So we will take another new layer. We will keep it assisted as well, so that it can also use that symmetric effect. And then we will use this brush, and the layer on which sketching is done, we will just reduce the opacity of it and start
Three, two,
inking.
one.
So here it is. the inking is done as well, which
Uh-huh.
is the outline part. And here is how our character looks so far. So now after this we have to do coloring, which we will do in the next part of the video. So see you in the next video.